Hey, what's up? My name's Zack, and today I wanted to start documenting my journey towards the planche. I'm sure it's going to be a several-year journey, and I want to try to keep tabs on it because in 2020, I started training more bodyweight stuff with a focus of learning the one-arm handstand and learning the stalder press. And I had a decent handstand in terms of how long I could hold it when I started, but it was this really ugly shape with bent elbows and with the banana back. And so I really had to do a lot of work from a flexibility and a learning conceptual standpoint to improve that skill to the point where I could actually do the one-arm handstand, and especially for the flexibility to do the stalder press. But unfortunately, I didn't document the process formally and save the videos in a way where I could create a cool timeline that either I could remember or potentially create something to show others to kind of demonstrate that process from a formal standpoint. And that's really what I want to do here with this planche journey. So it'll probably help to keep me accountable as I develop more of these. And if people are interested, if you find this journey intriguing, right? Perhaps if you're on this same journey and you're slightly ahead of me, or you're slightly behind me, or if you're far ahead of me and you want to tell me that I'm an idiot and my training methods suck, that's great, right? Leave all that stuff in the comments, and please give it a like, please give it a subscribe, stick around. And without wasting too much more of your time with this intro, let's get to training. All right, so the only real equipment I have with me here today for this session is gonna be the ground and my parallettes. And to get started, I'm just gonna do a general warm up. I'm gonna do a little bit of leg stuff, a little bit of upper body stuff. And we'll probably just zoom through this stuff really quickly because it'll be a bit boring if I talk through every exercise, and it'll take forever. So let's just get started. Let's get moving. All right, so the handstand warm-up went super well, super happy with it, feeling really good. I'm gonna start off my more specific planche warm-up stuff with just some simple planche lean push-ups where I'm leaning forward, and we're gonna start off with some easy reps just because that further lean for me puts a lot more stress on the wrist. And so I wanna make sure that my wrists are feeling really good as I get prepped on these parallettes and get moving. So let's start off with the easy set of 10 to get going and see how it feels. Awesome, so 10 reps, not a problem with that small lean. We'll rest for about 30 seconds, and then we'll do another set, maybe a little bit further lean. We'll do 5 reps, and I'll add a little pause in the bottom just to get a little more intensity and get a little more blood moving, get a little more fired up. And then after that, shake it out, take a little bit longer rest, and we're gonna do some leans with straight arms to get a little further lean, and then we'll go right into our main workout, the tuck planche holds that we're gonna do for today. So cool, that's enough rest. Let's do this next set of 5, a little bit more lean and a little pause in the bottom. Let's see how it goes. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. So 5 reps there, a little bit more challenging for myself. Maybe if you're watching and you can do the planche, you're thinking that that looks pretty easy, but this is kind of where I'm at, and this is the type of stuff that I'm gonna be using for my warm-up as I get prepared for the heavier skills in the rest of the session today. So let's take a little bit longer break. We'll come back and start hitting some leans. All right, so feeling really good after those push-ups to get moving. Now we're gonna go into the leans. I got the camera a little more to the side because here with this lean, what I wanna really focus on is keeping my shoulder blades protracted. So if I turn my back, so this would be protraction, and I really wanna focus on keeping my shoulders down and not shrugging up, and for sure not coming back into retraction. So I'm pushing into protraction, and I'm also trying to push down with my shoulders as I push into protraction, which is called depression. Protraction and depression is what I'm looking for on these leans. I'm gonna do 4 reps. Each rep I'll hold in front about 3-4 seconds, something like that. Nothing too specific, just getting warmed up here and seeing how my body's doing with this position. So I'll start in a little pike, and then from here, I'm gonna lean forward, keep those shoulders protracted, feel the lean, a few seconds, boom, push back up. And each time when I push back up, I'm gonna really try to drive through my shoulders to push back up. And on this one, I'll do a bad rep on purpose. So I get my lean, stay tight, and then I'm just gonna raise my hips. So this is a way easier way to come up. And now here, when I do my lean, I keep that pressure on my shoulders and push up. To drive that movement through the shoulders, I'm gonna get a lot more strength out of my shoulders. And so this is actually one of the skills that I use to get the Stalder press by staying out front and creating that upwards push out of each rep. It's very similar to driving up from that straddle L-sit into the handstand. So that's just a little extra tidbit where the planche training can kind of bridge with the Stalder training. Different skills, but some overlap, right? They're both strength movements, the planche having a lot more strength. So a little more rest, and then we'll knock out one more set here of these leans. Try to lean just a little bit more, then we'll take a longer rest and we'll go into our tuck planche holds. So here we go. Lean it far up front as we can, a few seconds, drive back up. 2. 2 more. One more. All right, so lean a little harder. Felt like maybe my hips were up a little bit high on those last couple reps, but we can check that out in the video later. You guys can feel free to give me a hard time in the comments if you've made it this far in the video. But yeah, a little bit longer rest, feeling really good. And we'll go into our tuck planche holds and hit a few sets of those. And that'll be the centerpiece, the main work of the planche workout. Everything till now was just getting warmed up. So now we can actually get to work on the hard stuff. All right, so all warmed up now, feeling really good, and I'm gonna get into my tuck planche holds. I'm gonna try to hold my tuck planches between 10 and 20 seconds for each set. And I'm just gonna have my phone with the timer going right in front of me so that I can see and have an idea. Probably going to do 5 sets for today. We'll see how it feels. Maybe we'll do more, but I want to be able to do at least 5 sets of between 10 and 20 seconds on each hold. So let's get started. All right. First set, here we go. Whew. Awesome. So first set done, about 14-15 seconds for that first hold, and we'll give a pretty good rest, 1 or 2 minutes between each set, and come back and knock each one out. Try to be fully rested and ready to give a strong effort on each one. set number 5, 3, 2, 1. Oh man, all right, so didn't quite make it to 15 seconds on that last one. But honestly, on the 5th set, I feel like that's about perfect, right? Hitting the number of sets I planned to and just barely starting to fall off towards the end. So got really good consistent work across all the sets. I'm really happy with that. We'll shake it out and then we'll wrap up with just a little bit of conditioning work to round this thing out today. All right, now let's wrap this session up. We'll go tuck handstand, lower to tuck planche, hold as long as we can till failure, and we'll just do 2 sets of 1 rep with a little rest in between. Here we go. Let's pop up here to our handstand. Tuck it. Awesome. And then we'll send it down. Hold it. Awesome. Whew. So full rest, a minute or 2. We'll do 1 more of those and we'll call that good for the day. All right, here we go. Last set, tuck handstand, lower, negative into that tuck planche hold. Let's knock them out. Tuck it. And negative. Oh wow, I actually felt really strong on that last one. It's fantastic. Very, very cool. Awesome. All right, so thanks for hanging out on my first planche workout, or my first documented planche workout. I've been doing some of these skills for a little while, but about a month or so ago, I decided that I wanted to start taking it more seriously and making it a priority in my training. And I just came off a week of rest. Yesterday was my first handstand session in a week, and now today was my first planche training session as well, since that short little vacation that I took and rest that I gave to my hands and shoulders. So thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate it. If you made it this far, please give it a like, and if you want to see how my training progresses over the coming months and potentially years, give it a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.